Super Bowl to play the Cincinnati Bengals, and this was such a fun day for me, honestly. It was obviously very stressful and emotional at the end there, but to finally be able to beat the streak that the 49ers had versus us, going 6-0 in the last matchups, and being able to beat them and advance to the Super Bowl in the way we did, in the comeback fashion that we did, that clutch fourth quarter that we had, in the way that we came back, guys stepping up like Cooper Kupp, like Odell Beckham, even Kendall Blanton and Matthew Stafford, proving why we brought him in here. You talk about guys like Von Miller, like Aaron Donald. Yeah, they were not getting a ton of pressures at the start of the game, but when it really, really mattered in the last minutes, we came out and we are going to that Super Bowl. And I just cannot believe it. I mean, you guys know I was expecting us to win this game. I know we have the formula. I knew that we could do it. And I was really excited for this game, but then it felt like, after halftime, after the 49ers got up, it was like 17-7, something like that. It really felt like the momentum was switching all the way to the 49ers side. And the way we come back, the clutch plays we came, I have to say, I was nervous all the way down to the end. We didn't know if Shanahan was going to drop a game-winning drive or not. And to see Garoppolo throw that interception at the end with Von Miller, Aaron Donald in his face, throw that pick, you just talk about a play that got me so excited, because one thing about Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers that I just always have hated is, I know Jimmy Garoppolo is not an X-Factor quarterback. I know he's not that type of guy. And despite that, they went 6-0 versus us, and they seem to still put up points on us and everything like that. But then you see Garoppolo in the big moments when there's actually pressure on him, when we actually cover over the middle and we're in his face, he is not that good. And that was one of the most exciting things for me, to see the pressure getting there at the end and forcing Garoppolo to make that mistake into Trayvon Howard's hands to send us to the Super Bowl. I'm happy for guys like Matthew Stafford, who have really been, the media's really been against him, saying he can't win the playoffs, can't win this and that, can't make it in the big moments, even though we know that he can. And then sending guys like Aaron Donald back to the Super Bowl to try to get a ring. Jalen Ramsey there, Odell Beckham, he was hyped up. What a game by him as well. I'm not only happy for myself, but happy for those players for the work that they put in. It almost felt like we were doing everything we could to throw this game away at some points. And it just, it kind of had that feeling like when we threw it deep to Ben Skoranek, it went off his hands, we couldn't get it there. And then the missed field goal, when we tried to go for it, we couldn't get it. Challenging on the plays that we shouldn't have challenged on, couldn't get them. Sometimes it just felt like we were trying to give away the game. And the way we rallied at the end, we stayed resilient, and we just kept on chipping away. Matthew Stafford, great in these big moments. And boy, am I glad that Jarquiski Tart did not make that interception on that deep ball. I am just over the moon right now, guys. I am so happy to see the Rams making it back to the Super Bowl for the first time since 2018. And playing a team like the Bengals. Like, you love to see the story that the Bengals have. My brother being a Bengals fan, that's going to be really a fun one to watch. And just the way we've been able to overcome this and to get the revenge after all those salty losses we had to those San Francisco 49ers, we were able to get over that hump and beat them when it really matters, when they still were a ton of 49ers fans in our stadium. We were able to shut them up and win it to go on to the Super Bowl. There's no sweeter feeling but winning the Super Bowl, which hopefully we can do that. But man, I'm just happy the way our team rallied, like when guys like Tyler Higbee went down, obviously Akers was down for a little bit, and the way the coaching staff rallied around. And yeah, our defense played pretty well today, but they also, made some big mistakes, but we came up when we really needed it most, in the clutch when we really needed it. And again, seeing us go to the Super Bowl the way we did, this has been such an amazing path. You talk about beating, just completely destroying the Arizona Cardinals in the first round, the wild card round, showing Stafford can win a playoff game like we knew he could, and then going to Tampa Bay, defeating Tom Brady, the GOAT. And you see Stafford doing that, coming up clutch in those big moments, and then you see us getting the monkey off our back, beating the 49ers when it really matters to go to the Super Bowl. For me, it felt like, our offense was actually playing really well. We obviously didn't put up a ton of points, but there were just some places like on those 3rd and 1s we couldn't convert, and some places where we were struggling a little bit. I would say the defense played really well overall. I mean, there's definitely those plays where we got to get off the field and they left the over the middle stuff, but I think we played really well versus this team, and we also didn't let them rush for like 300 yards like we usually do, which is the key to success. If you stop that run, make Garoppolo beat you, you guys saw what happened. He throws a pick and he throws the game away. That is what we've been needing to see, and Rams fans have been wanting to see this for quite some time. to see us just, completely beat up on them, stop that run game. And guys, I don't know about you, I I don't really like Deebo Samuel that much for the things he says about the Rams, about Aaron Donald, everything like that. He's obviously very annoying to play because he's just a playmaker, everything like that. But seeing Nick Scott lay that hit on him that he did and just completely smash him out of the water. Seeing Deebo Samuel cry at the end, I have to say that was one of the most sweet things I've seen in a while. Just seeing Deebo Samuel get rocked like that. He did not have a crazy game. Their running game didn't have a crazy game. Again, I think there were those times where I just, we needed cover over the middle. That's where the 49ers like to take advantage of us, and we were just letting that happen where they would come over the middle. But overall, I think we really rallied. We responded. That last drive that the defense had really showed the mental toughness, showed the players that we made big moves for. Again, Odell Beckham having a great game. That is why we traded for him. That is why we made the move. Obviously, we didn't expect Robert Woods to go down, but he's coming up with these huge catches, these huge plays down the field, making these clutch catches that sometimes go unnoticed. And just all the acquisitions paying off. Again, I'm really happy for Matthew Stafford, for him to show the world what he can do, for him to show the world in the first year with the Rams to go to the Super Bowl is just amazing. Let's read some of these comments you guys have. Thank you guys for showing up. I know there's a lot of other people streaming that you guys can go to. I appreciate you for picking me to talk some Rams. Let's see what Rudy Ramirez says. Get out of LA 49ers. I don't want you guys rocking the Dodgers. Go LA, go Rams, baby. Bye-bye, no more red in the street of LA. I completely agree with you. It feels fun. I mean, I would love it no other way. This is exactly the way I wanted to see us beat the 49ers. I don't care we lost the last 6 straight before this. Getting a win here and sending them home and going to the Super Bowl is a really sweet taste in my mouth. It's a great feeling. I'm just so happy. And again, in that third quarter, to me, it really felt like, you know, I was a little unsure about it. I didn't know with the 49ers being that kind of ball hog type of team, them being a physical, tough defense to move up against. I have to admit, when we were down 17-7, I was losing hope. There was not enough time. I felt like I thought that 49ers would hog the ball, and then on the defensive side of the ball, they would get after Stafford. But we just kept coming. We kept coming. You saw the flea flicker that we had. We were getting creative, and it just feels so good, especially in the fashion we won. The 49ers won last game versus us in overtime, and that was a very hard pill to swallow for us. But we get to see the 49ers lose and send us to the Super Bowl. There's no sweeter feeling here. Rudy Ramirez, I'm tired of seeing Reddit in LA, bro. You have no idea. I see them everywhere. Do you live in LA, Rudy Ramirez? Because I'm sure that would be really annoying. So just seeing LA, or just seeing the red in SoFi Stadium is definitely bothering me. But again, who cares about the attendance there? We sent the 49ers home, and if it even was a majority of 49ers fans for Rams fans in SoFi Stadium, we got to send them home sad and crying, so that was awesome. Rams win, that's right. You got Robert Woods jersey, but he's still out due to ACL injury. Yeah, I do. Robert Woods is still one of my favorite players, especially on the Rams, in the NFL. I supported him, got it a little bit after his ACL tear, got to support him. But man, I'm just so happy to be in the Super Bowl. You love to see the stories that we're seeing playing out here. You love to see the acquisitions paying off. And I got to give a round of applause for Stafford, obviously, but also for Kendall Blanton and stepping in for Tyler Higbee. I think he was actually a really key part of the Rams coming back and making some of these plays down the stretch. He was very north to south type of guy. He wasn't dropping anything. He was getting open. Kendall Blanton wasn't expected to have a big role today, obviously, with Higbee being the number 1 tight end. He really stepped up. Cup, he's just so consistent. He is just, I don't know what to say. I don't know how you guard Cooper Kupp. He just came up big in the big moments. I feel like Cooper Kupp is one of those guys who's always just locked into his zone. He's always making sure he's locked in. He's on his P's and Q's, whatever. He doesn't usually tend to celebrate or show a ton of emotion, but after he got that slant over the middle to get us even more in field goal range to help win the game, you see him flexing, he's excited, and that got me amped up. Because again, you see Cooper Kupp is one of those guys he's always very in the moment, he's locked in, okay, next play, next play, next play. You don't see a lot of celebration out of him, and seeing that emotion just made me excited, especially for these Rams, for him. And again, we're back in the Super Bowl. We didn't have Cooper Kupp last Super Bowl. It was a very different team. We didn't obviously have Stafford, Von Miller, OBJ. Having Cooper Kupp in these big games, I'm glad we'll have him for the Super Bowl. Glad we're having all these playmakers stepping up when they are. And now that we've beaten the 49ers, I think we can beat anybody. They're the team that gives us the most problems schematically, coaching wise, personnel, the way they play. And that one play really bothered me when you saw Fred Warner come up and just smack Stafford in the back of the helmet, and there was no penalty when it was long after the play. And so, I'm just happy. Again, I think if we can beat these 49ers like we did, it shows we can beat anybody. They are the team who's had our number. Obviously, they always found a way to pull out the wins, even with Jimmy Garoppolo at the quarterback, who's not an X factor. And now I think we can beat anybody. These Bengals are tough. Joe Burrow just will continue to come at you. He is a tough quarterback to beat. Even being sacked 9 times, he still wins the games. We're definitely going to have to play him hard. Applause for him to make it to the Super Bowl in his second year coming off that injury. It's going to be a good Super Bowl, guys. I'm excited, I have to admit. Let's go. I've been on your channel since day one. I'm loyal to your channel. Thank you so much, Rudy Ramirez. That means so much. Thank you guys just for stopping in, liking, talking Rams with me. This is so much fun. 49ers fans has a long ride back to Northern California. That's right. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. They're going to be caught in that LA traffic trying to get to Northern California and knowing that they just suffered a loss that kicks them out of the playoffs and puts us into the Super Bowl. Wouldn't want it any other way. Congratulations on the W. I appreciate it. I'm wearing my Kurt Warner jersey, the American Underdog. That's awesome, man. Yeah, love to see all the different types of jerseys, the varieties that we've got. Love to see all the Rams. You see Kelly Stafford getting all these Rams fans to the playoff game, the championship. It just really felt like our team was rallying around even when one player wasn't doing well. You see Skoranek make that drop. You see Cooper Kupp, other guys talking to him, getting him up. And then you see Ramsey dropping the ball and Donald holding that conference between all the players to get us back in the game. I just love how tightly knit this team is, how tightly knit this organization is, the fans, and obviously Kelly Stafford again buying all those tickets for Rams fans. Just feels like we have a really special team. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams and players and all the Rams house fans. Let's go Rams. That's right, man. One home win, one win, one love. That's for sure. Yeah, the refs missed a lot of calls, but ball don't lie, NFC champs. Yep, that is right. I was seeing a lot of those calls, I'm sure you guys were too, where it felt like the refs were just kind of, missing it. Like, I felt like there were tons of pass interference calls that the Rams had or holding calls where they're just like grabbing all over them. Obviously, like I said, that late hit on Stafford when the play was just completely over. Fred Warner comes and hit him. It felt like the refs weren't really on our side. But like you said, ball don't lie. We still win, and we are in the Super Bowl. All that does not matter now. We have a chance to be world champions at our home stadium with Matthew Stafford his first year, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Andrew Whitworth, Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham Jr., Von Miller. There's tons of guys to talk about. Let's go. I'm so happy. Maybe I should get a new Rams jersey, Aaron Donald. That would be awesome. We were up 10 points easy. This just got confirmed that the Detroit Lions are the worst organization in the NFL. I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm just extremely happy for Stafford and the Stafford family because you hear coming into the playoffs, oh, Matthew Stafford, he's turning over the ball all over the place. He's 0-3 in the playoffs. There's no way he wins a playoff game. And then he destroys the Arizona Cardinals, who are a high-flying offense, takes out the GOAT and Tom Brady, and then he just wins in a close one versus a team who we've struggled with the past couple years. And yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Stafford. I'm happy for that whole family. Happy for the Rams organization. Really happy he got that win under his belt for sure. What's up, Tsunami Pro 3425? Robert says, have Cooper Kupp jersey and Todd Gurley jersey and lots of Rams jerseys. That's awesome. I have my Robert Woods jersey, obviously. This is my only Rams jersey that I have, but I'll take it, man. I love the Rams. I'm glad I got one to support the team for sure. I got a variety of Rams jerseys. That's awesome. Let's talk about Howard, linebacker. He came up with another clutch play and sealed the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, you're completely right. Trayvon Howard, what a play by him, turning the ball over. I don't remember if that play where we got the interception. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't know if that was a third down or a fourth down, but I believe that was a third down, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Trayvon Howard has made those plays. He's great at being a coverage linebacker. And, I mean, you're seeing guys like Jalen Ramsey dropping the interceptions today. Obviously, Jarkuski Tart dropping the interceptions. And so Trayvon Howard, I mean, that's a great pick, and got to give him a lot of credit. Got to give the pass rush a lot of credit at the end. Like I said, they weren't really doing a ton, I feel like, throughout the game. But when it really mattered the most, you see Aaron Donald coming through, you see Von Miller coming through, getting those pressures. And that was honestly just so fun to watch. So fun to watch him spinning Garoppolo around as he just flicks it out to be an interception. You're right, though, man. I love it. I love to see Trayvon Howard getting that interception. Stafford to Akers touchdown. What a game, that's right. Jackson Bowering says, our defense came in clutch those last 2 drives, and that's what we needed. Yeah, exactly. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. I feel like our defense definitely played the run a lot better. We were still missing tackles and still letting up first downs here and there. But again, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and they were clutch to the finish. Getting that turnover at the end, getting the pressure on Garoppolo, making him fold like a card table. It was beautiful to watch. Let's go Rams. We deserve this. Let's get Aaron Donald and Matthew Stafford a ring. I completely agree with you. Plenty of guys to get a ring that definitely deserve it. High caliber players. Let's get Sean McVay a ring. Let's get this whole Rams team a Super Bowl win. That would be awesome. But let's just enjoy this right now, guys. We beat the 49ers, a team who have had our number the last 6 straight times. And I don't know what else to say, guys. I'm just so happy. I'm so shocked. What a game. What a comeback. Matthew Stafford continuing to be clutch down in the playoffs. I thought the Rams were going to lose when the third quarter ended. Yeah, I have to say I was not feeling confident at the end of that third quarter, that for sure. It felt like the 49ers had momentum. The type of style that they are is just to hog the ball, and they love to control time of possession, and then their defense is feisty, and they're hard to move on. So yeah, I have to say I wasn't feeling the most confident either, but we came out with a win, and it was a ton of fun to watch. Jared Ramirez, I think Cooper Kupp could be MVP of the Super Bowl if we win. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, a win, who cares who's the MVP? I don't care if it's Brian Allen. I don't care who's the MVP. I hope we just win this Super Bowl, man. But Cooper Kupp, I feel like he deserves league MVP too. He's just been so consistent, so clutch throughout the whole entire NFL season and down in these playoffs as well. Whose house? Rams house, that's right. I'm going to eat a Rams cupcake, yellow or blue. I'd say go with the yellow, honestly. I'm feeling yellow. Let's see. I would like a Rams donut. That would be awesome. Coming from a Steelers fan, nice job. The Rams, you deserved it. I appreciate you for coming through and, showing your love to the Rams. I know you're a Steelers fan. Good luck to you next season. This win is definitely very, very sweet, beating the 49ers. And like Fulton Rams says, I'm just happy. I am happy as well. I don't know. It's shocking. It wasn't a blowout win. This was the type of game where you knew it was going to be down to the wire. You knew it was going to be a feisty type of game. You knew it would be physical, chippy. It had all that. You knew you wouldn't blow them out. But just coming out on top and getting this win, there's no sweeter feeling. 1 down, 1 more to go. Rams house, that's right. Dustin Wentz says, how do you think we match up against the Bengals? I mean, I think we match up really well. I think really the biggest guy to worry about is Joe Burrow. I think Jalen Ramsey on Jamar Chase is going to be a really good matchup if we get that. I mean, obviously, Jamar Chase, I think he should be Rookie of the Year. And then you talk about T. Higgins, I think he's a really underrated part of their offense. He's a guy who can really snag those balls. He's just one of those guys who has the most sure hands in the NFL. I think he's just a really underrated player. He's a good 50-50 ball guy. Boyd is kind of a guy who a lot of people don't talk about, but he makes some good plays. I think that we can actually have some good plays against this Bengals defense. Again, with my brother being a Bengals fan, I've seen every game of the Bengals season. And so I know the way that they play. I think their defense, it's not the best. They'll have their plays, that's for sure. A lot of the times I don't see their pass rush getting after it. And so that's where I feel like the Rams can take advantage against the Bengals. I think the one guy you really have to worry about is Joe Burrow, because we saw the Tennessee Titans sack him 9 times, and he still clutched it out and he still won. Joe Burrow has so much fight, and he just never gives up in a game. And that's really where you have to be worried if you're the Rams, because obviously we got the pass rush, but that doesn't even matter. We got to force those mistakes. I think we match up really well versus the Bengals. Obviously, I'll be having my preview video coming up for the Super Bowl. We'll talk a bunch about Rams versus Bengals Super Bowl. It still feels like a dream to me, honestly. It feels like a dream that we're in the Super Bowl again and playing the Cincinnati Bengals, guys. That's just awesome. Both of the Dodgers and Rams sent San Francisco packing home. That's so sweet, man. That's so sweet. People say we were lucky because of the dropped in. I disagree with that. I believe both teams were unlucky, from the dropped TDs to the Rams dropped interception to the Niners dropped interception. We deserve it. Go Rams. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, obviously, if they picked that off, who knows if we would have won or lost. But you're completely right. Like, Ben Skoranek, he dropped that deep touchdown pass, and, that one definitely frustrated me. It definitely got to me. Um, and you know, you're right. Both teams were unlucky in there, and the officials weren't making good calls. So I definitely don't think that we were lucky to win that game. There was definitely things on both sides of the ball, but just glad we got the win. Just think if we had Woods, yeah, exactly, man. The AFL Yank, welcome to the stream. He says, proud of this team win. I am proud of this team win as well. Glad everybody rallied together and got this win versus freaking San Francisco, guys. I cannot believe we beat the 49ers again. Like, it's been since, I believe, our last Super Bowl run since we beat the 49ers, so it's definitely long overdue. These Weiner fans really thought they were going to play the Super Bowl in our house. Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, they got close, but we came out with a win. I hope you guys beat the Bengals, but overall, both teams deserve to make it to the Super Bowl. Should be fun for the two number 9s. Yeah, I agree with you. And I think if we do end up losing a Super Bowl, which I'm not saying we're going to lose a Super Bowl or anything like that, but if we do end up losing it, I mean, I'd rather lose to the Cincinnati Bengals than the Patrick Mahomes-led Chiefs. I mean, like, they've had enough glory. They've had enough time in the sun, but I think it's so cool to see two teams who, I mean, Rams have made it in 2018, but two teams who a lot of people aren't really predicting to win the Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl. They're both in there, both pretty humble teams. It's going to be a really fun one to watch. It's a shame, but about Higbee, any update on him? Blanton did a good job, though. What did you think? That's a good question, man. I don't think I've heard any updates on Tyler Higbee. The last thing I heard about him was him being doubtful to return for the game. But yeah, for Blanton, what a job! Like, you see, he got that touchdown versus Tampa Bay, and he was not expected to step up in this role. He wasn't expected to be the number 1 tight end today. He came in fairly early. I think he made a lot of clutch plays, a lot of big conversions down that stretch when we were making that comeback. And you know, occasionally I feel like we see Tyler Higbee drop the ball, but I think Kendall Blanton was doing a really good job of securing the ball. And there were some hard hits where people were combining it and colliding on him, like 2 or 3 guys where I was like, don't fumble the football, don't fumble. And he didn't fumble the football. He held on to it. So very proud of Kendall Blanton. I'm really glad with what he was able to do stepping up into it. Hopefully Higbee is fine in 2 weeks, yeah. But I mean, again, Blanton did a really good job this game. Not saying that he's better than Higbee or anything like that, but you know, Blanton definitely stepped up and played a key role, and we got tons of weapons. Kenneth Wright, Ramsey dropped 2 interceptions. I know, right? I was so mad when I saw that, but at the end, all of this doesn't matter. We're going to the Super Bowl, guys. Cup MVP, and I don't care what they say. Yeah, I agree with you. Cooper Cup first Super Bowl appearance. This is the time to shine. Me and everyone. Yeah, I agree with you. This is so fun. See Cooper Cup, he's definitely progressed a lot since our Super Bowl run, and he obviously didn't play the last time we made it to the Super Bowl. Very glad he's definitely a key part of this offense. So is Odell. Glad to see Odell getting really comfortable in this offense, making some big plays, huge catches, and man, this is just no sweeter feeling. Let's see. Agree. 6 losses in a row to these guys to knocking the 49ers out of the playoffs. Love it. The journey back to the Super Bowl was both long and hard, but we made it back. Go Rams. I agree with you. This game felt extremely long, especially when we were losing. And yeah, again, we lost 6 straight, but all that doesn't matter now. We knocked them out, and we're in the Super Bowl, and that's all that matters. No better way to get there. W, we're going to Super Bowl, right? Let's see. Also happy for OBJ. I am too, man. Like, he looked so hyped up to be going to the Super Bowl. I believe this is his first Super Bowl in his NFL career. And I mean, he could have chose the Packers or the Rams. He chose the Rams. The Packers are out of the playoffs. We're obviously going to the Super Bowl. Really happy for him. He made those clutch catches. I was kind of worried at the start of the game when Stafford missed the throw to, I think it was Odell over the middle on the slant. He threw it behind him. He couldn't get it. I was like, please don't be off, Stafford. Please don't be off this whole game. And yeah, he definitely fought back. Very, very happy for Odell, and he's definitely made his contributions to this team. Let's see. Bengals versus Rams, what a matchup, but I feel Rams got this. Yeah, Marco, it is definitely a great matchup. Definitely a really refreshing matchup. Two teams who sometimes, like, I don't feel like we see a lot. Two teams I don't think we've ever matched up versus the Bengals in the Super Bowl. So it's definitely going to be a fun one. Again, my brother's being a Bengals fan. It's going to be really fun watching with him. Really interesting game. Definitely love the matchup, and I think we can win it, but, you know, definitely plenty of time to talk about that matchup. Just tuning in now, let's go. Thank you for coming in, Christopher Pace. I appreciate it. Robert says, Cup should be MVP. I agree with you. Definitely. I feel like he's been the most consistent player in the playoffs. That's me. Obviously, Stafford has played great, everything like that, but I think Cup just the most consistent guy when you're talking about the stats, the volume, the blocking, everything he does. I feel like he's just so consistent. Let's see. I feel bad for Debo, but Debo is still amazing. It was good to see Odell calming down. Yeah, I mean, for me being a Rams fan, I don't feel any bit of sadness for Debo, any bit of that. Just because I don't know, I feel like he talks down about the Rams. He talks down about Aaron Donald on his Twitter, on whatever, on his social media, and I don't know. For me, it was funny to see, but yeah, definitely cool to see Odell going to calm him down. Jimmy Garoppolo got sacked by Aaron Donald, defensive tackle. OBJ deserves it. He's a beast. No, he wasn't the best with the Browns, but it was kind of Baker's fault. We got to get these superstars a ring. Go Rams. Yeah, I agree with you. Again, I think Odell has really gotten comfortable in this offense. We still haven't really seen. I think we only saw one deep shot to him that was completed. That was versus the Packers when we were in that game with that 3-game winning or losing streak. But I feel like Odell's been really that type of guy who we have on those slants or on those comebacks. He's definitely a really sure-handed type of guy. Really glad for him. Glad he's going to the Super Bowl. We got so many superstars on this team to get a ring. So many people who don't have a ring to get a ring. And what a story for Eric Weddle as well. Like, he was out of football for 2 years. And talk about the opportunity he has to come back when you're not expected to make a Super Bowl run, potentially get a Super Bowl ring when you come out of retirement. And he's actually been playing really well for the Rams, which is the funny part. That was so intense. I agree with you. Let's go. Let's go. Rams win by 20. I don't know about that, man, but we'll think about the Super Bowl. We got plenty of time to talk about it, think about it. I'm just excited to get the win here. Cup would be MVP if the MVP wasn't basically an award for the best QB. Yeah, I agree. This year's Rams team are the 2020 Bucks team. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of similarities, especially with, like, them not starting off, or not really, they didn't have a point where they started off bad, but they definitely had the stretches where they weren't doing so hot. I think they're really clicking into gear at the biggest, like at the best time, and that's really what you want. I would definitely not want to be the type of team to start off extremely blazing hot and just cool off for the rest of the season, lose in the first round. This is exactly when you get hot, and I'm glad we got hot and we were able to beat these 49ers for sure. Let's see. Debo made me worried, so him being sad is revenge, and I don't feel bad for him. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a human being and everything like that, but no, I don't feel any sadness for Debo at all. Ramelia Sports Report says Rams are Super Bowl bound. Let's go, man. Thank you for stopping into the stream. Rams, let's go. Yep. Hopefully we score more than 3 points this time. I don't feel bad either. He's quite annoying in my opinion, and I'm glad he's speechless for once. Yeah, exactly. When you're talking about Debo Samuel. Aaron Donald should get a ring. The Rams are my favorite team in the NFC. Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. I really want to get Aaron Donald a ring before he retires. Definitely want to get him one on this Rams team. It was so cool to see him hyped up, hugging Stafford and everything, getting back to the Super Bowl. And you have to expect, like, Aaron Donald felt so bad last season in the playoffs when we were playing the Green Bay Packers and he couldn't play. You saw him crying there. You saw Aaron Donald felt really, really bad for the team when they lost the Super Bowl. He put it all on him. You have to think he's going to go off this game versus the Bengals. They don't have a good offensive line. We have an amazing pass rush. We have great guys in the secondary to cover. I'm feeling good about this Bengals matchup. Really happy for Aaron Donald. I think he's going to be in game record mode. And man, I'm just so happy to be in the Super Bowl. Slowed their run game. I agree with you, and that's a good way of putting it. I don't think we completely shut it down, but we definitely slowed it down enough to be able to win. I'm a Lions fan becoming a Rams fan. That's awesome, man. The Ramelia Sports Report says Rams defense took back our chains. Debo sent him back to Santa Clara. I agree with you, man. I mean, Debo, you can say what you want. He's a good player, that's for sure. But man, does he annoy the heck out of me sometimes. So I'm glad to see him and the rest of the 49ers team going home, man. I'm just so happy. Let's go, Rams. You're amazing, bro. This is for a great stream. Thank you, man. Johnny Ripple, yep, let's go, Rams house. Can I get a shout out? My sister, Laura, wife, Everett, daughter, Mia, that's bro. Let's see, get a shout out to my sister, Laura, wife, Yvette. I think I'm, butchering that name, and daughter, Mia. That's bro. Thank you so much for stopping the stream. Shout out to all of you guys. We did it, bro. Make Jimmy throw. Exactly, Rod. You get the point. We got to make him throw, try to win the game. And what happened? He threw a pick, and we won the game. That's exactly what we got to do. Johnny Ripple feels awesome. Rams won the right game against the 49ers. Weddle led the team in tackles, which is crazy. Yeah, it just feels so good to, switch the narrative up to actually beat these 49ers, even when they packed out our stadium. It feels so good. And yeah, exactly. Weddle feels like he's playing really good football and has actually really improved our secondary. Really glad to see that. And he made that huge stop, if you guys remember, right before we got the ball back to score to go ahead. And that was the score to actually put us ahead and win the game. You saw Weddle blitzing through that middle part. He made the stop, and then it got to 4th down, and they punted it away. Shout out to Weddle, man, leading the team in tackles, the smarts. I told you he's a great leader. Really glad for him. I bet he's just over the moon right now to be on a team. He did not expect this and go into the Super Bowl. Romelia Sports Report, great stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Romelia Sports Report. Everybody in here, definitely go subscribe to Romelia Sports Report. Great Rams content there. Definitely support the Ramley. Johnny Ripple says, so stoked right now. Thanks, McVay and Snead. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we get, knocked a lot for making the moves we do, being aggressive like we do. But in the end, those guys, they're definitely the best front office in the NFL, hands down. Raheem Morris with the blitz stepped up with the play call. Oh, yeah, definitely. And again, just to see, I don't feel like the defense played their best game today, but they definitely did enough to win it. But that last drive, they definitely were getting the pressure, and they got that interception to really end the game. I was worried that somehow Shanahan would have a drive drawn up where they would just be marching down the field slowly but surely and win the game. But our defense stepped up when they needed to. Absolutely love your previews and reaction videos, and the dislike we both share for Debo. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Abdul. Imagine it took 55 years for a team to make a Super Bowl in their own stadium, and it happens 2 years in a row, right? That's crazy, man. On Night, welcome to the stream. He says, I was a Lions fan, had enough to follow Stafford to LA. When we traded him, I am so happy. Thank you so much for following him to LA, cheering on the Rams. We'll take all the Rams fans we can get, man. And yeah, what a time for Matthew Stafford. What a time for his family. And definitely proving our organization right for trading for him. And guys, it's crazy. This is the anniversary of when, when Matthew Stafford was traded here. Exactly a year ago today. And a year ago today. And we ended up beating the 49ers in the championship game, a team we've struggled against. What a storybook ending. At least for the 49ers season. Cooper Kupp and Odell went beast mode. Go Rams. I agree with you, man. Those two guys just stepped up and made plays. Ron, love your stuff. Rams house, never stop. I appreciate you, man. Johnny Ripple. Yeah, that's strange. Ravens fan here from TKIC. Proud of you guys, and I want you guys not only to give Cincinnati an L, but my guy Weddle to get a ring. I appreciate you for stopping in the stream, man. Definitely want to get all these Rams players a ring. Getting Weddle a ring, what a crazy story for him if that ends up happening. And yeah, I'm sure with the Bengals being in your division, you want us to win. Thank you so much for stopping in. Bengals O-line is the worst in the league. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I think our pass rush can really get going. Whose house? Rams house. That's right. Whose house? Rams house. A'Shawn Robinson looks like him by Alex's big brother. I agree with you. I feel like A'Shawn Robinson's really stepped up his game. He's done really good in stopping the run. Really glad to see him having success. I feel like he was kind of quiet for most of the last 2 seasons, including this one. But he's really ratcheting it up in the in the playoffs, and really happy for A'Shawn Robinson, everything he's been able to accomplish. Really happy for that guy. And I think he came from Detroit too, so I bet he's happy to get the win here as well. And I'm just checking out the Rams Twitter here. It's awesome to see all these pictures they're posting. It feels like it's been a long time coming to get here. I know it's just been since 2018, but I don't know. It feels like it's been so long. Man, what a crazy ride of emotions throughout this entire season. All the moves we made, everything just seems to be paying off at this moment. Finally beating the 49ers. I'm at a loss for words, guys. I cannot believe we pulled this thing off. I feel so bad for the 49ers, JK, I don't feel bad at all. Yeah, exactly, same here, man. Especially, you see all the 49ers fans coming into this game, they were so overconfident that they're going to blow us out of the water. They were saying, they're going to pack out SoFi and just destroy us. And look what happened, man. We came out victorious. Feels so good. I was hoping McVay was going to tell. I told you Stafford was a bad motherfucker. Let's go Rams. Yeah, I agree with you, CJ. And, Matthew Stafford really is a soul stealer, man. It's so fun to see him on a winning team. So sad so good to see him be able to go to a Super Bowl in his first year, and he looks like he's having the time of his life, as he should. Terry Bradshaw was saying that the Rams would lose pregame, then giving them the trophy was funny. That is true. I think everybody on the CBS broadcast picked against the Rams besides, I think Nate Burleson picked the Rams, and everybody picked against the Rams, but I believe it was Kurt and Michael Strahan. And so, you know, a lot of people were doubting us, but glad we ended up coming out on top. Glad we got the monkey off our back. This one feels sweeter than the Saints one. Yeah, it really does. I think it's because of the rivalry and everything that happened. I would say Steelers and Jets have the worst O-line, but the Bengals sack stats, I would guess would agree. Yeah, that's true. There's definitely teams where that have bad O-lines, but as far as like in the playoffs, I think they, obviously at this point it's just us and them. I think that they have the worst offensive line in. You know, I don't see Joe Mixon running all over us like the 49ers have in the past. Luckily, they didn't run all over us today. I don't see Mixon doing that, so I think it's really going to be all on Burrow, and obviously he's proven he can step up to the plate and make big throws even when it's getting sacked left and right. But, you know, I think our pass rush will have a really good chance at getting after him. I think I could see a Ramsey pick this game. It's going to be really fun, guys. I cannot wait to watch the Super Bowl, but you talk about the way that we were able to go there, talk about the road we had to get here, talk about the regular seasons, having the ups and the downs, that 3-game losing streak when everybody's losing their minds, fire McVay, fire whatever, and seeing us come and go to the Super Bowl versus Cincinnati Bengals. No greater feeling, guys. No greater feeling. Now let's just get the Super Bowl. Let's get it for all these different players on our team. Get it for the city of Los Angeles. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you guys so much for stopping in to the stream. Definitely expect more Rams House content coming soon. That is going to do it for me, though, guys. I'm Rams House. You guys have an amazing day, and we're Super Bowl down. Let's just go get the Super Bowl win, guys. Thank you so much for stopping in. I'm Rams House. You guys have an amazing day. Horns up, and God bless, guys.